Last week we spoke about Maser Shabbos, having a know of Maser Shabbos, and we brought down that the Machlokes Rasha and the other Rishonim Tosfos. What is the reason why we cannot have a know of a Maser Shabbos? What is the reason that we aser that if somebody made a malacha in Shabbos, if a guy made a malacha for you for Shabbos, you cannot have a know. And you have to wait Matzah Shabbos b'gdai. So we mentioned the Shittas Rasha. Rasha says you should have a noah from a maloch of Shabbos. And Shittas HaTosfos is because we are afraid that if you are going to let this person have a noah for Matzah Shabbos, he's going to tell a goy also next week or the next time, he's going to tell for the goy that he should do a malocha. So it's therefore, since we don't want that basically that we should a mir nocher is also, so therefore he cannot have a noah. I think we shall go sit. This is what we ranked last week. Rasha in Tosfos, and we remember we said what is the chilik, what comes out the chilik of the reason of Rasha and the reason of Tosfos is how long the actual malacha is. If the malacha is, let's say, cutting down fruits from a tree, which takes 50 minutes. But it takes half an hour going till the field and coming back from the field, according to Shittas Rasha, which the problem is, you shouldn't have a noah of a Maser Shabbos, so the Isra is only Maser Shabbos. And according to Tosfos, I am afraid that you shouldn't next time say again for the guy also, he should do a malacha. So therefore, it's going to be osir the whole time which you gain. Because if not, you're going to still tell for a guy to do a malacha because you want Matzah Shabbos, you should only have to wait 50 minutes and not have to wait an hour and 50 minutes. That was the Nekida. So now I want to go next step regarding Meleches Eitzua. This is all the Maluchas which we have. But when we come to Meleches Eitzua, we have a different Machlokes. Machlokes Rishonim. If a goy brought me something from a Shisarabim to a Shisayochit, or he carried Dalat Amos b'Shisarabim, if we are going to aser also, the same thing is Hanu b'Melech Maser Shabbos. Now das Rabbi Tam, as when it comes to Meleches Eitzua, we are not going to aser that person to do, and you don't have to wait b'Gdai Sheyasi. Why? What's the reason? Says Rabbi Tam, because since a Yid could have a noah from what the goy did, even if the goy wouldn't have done it. For instance, if the goy brought me, let's say a fruit, yeah, from the grocery, an apple from the grocery. What hanu did he have? That he could eat an apple. But you could go to the grocery too and eat it in the grocery. So whenever you have the reason, you could go there, you could do the same malacha beheter. I don't care the guy did it. We are not considering such a thing because the guy did a malacha. And he brings a beautiful raya, according to what he says. Zukt Rabbi Tam, we have halacha that if a goy shept water, there used to be the wells in the middle of Shisaram. There used to be a well in the middle of Shisaram. The goy shept water from a well in Rosh Hashanah, so he carried from Rosh Hashanah into Rosh Hashanah. So steht in halacha that a person is allowed to drink the water. The animal, you cannot give it for an animal to drink, but a human being is allowed to drink it. Fragt, what is the reason? The reason is very simple. A human being could climb down into the well, which that was the cider, that was the thing they used to creep down also into the well, and drink over there. So since he can drink in the well, so habe ich nicht so stark canoe that he brought me from the Rosh Hashanah, from a Shizuch to Shisram, because a person can drink the water in any case, even if the guy wouldn't have bring it. I could have gone over there. So therefore, it's not a problem. Ashanka by animal, since it's not a normal thing, animals do not creep into the well, and they didn't do such thing, bringing in an animal. So therefore, you have a noah, because the guy brought water for your animal. So that's why it's the halacha that when a guy brings water, a human being is allowed to drink it, an animal is not allowed to drink it. And it says that's the reason, because a human being could go there. So he has a raya for what is yisoid that you don't. That it's not a that whenever a yid can do it beheter, we don't aser be'isser. Now, the question which is under Rabbeinu Tam is, we have a Gemara, which the Gemara says, Goy, shelikid asuvim, a goy which cut grass, and he gave it for an animal, animal of Yisrael. Shtei dorten as osser, so osser to eat it, because metunish nehenes am Maaseh Shabbos. That means if a goy cuts grass and gives food for a Heimes Yisrael, is usser to essen. The Meile fragt of them the choices why, according to Rabbeinu Tam, why? If the reason is because a yid can do it beheter, over here also you can do it beheter, because you could take the goy brought in from the street or brought in from a few blocks. You could take the animal over there, and the animal could eat it, because there's no issue the animal should cut grass by himself. It's only the havur. So since the goy bring the woy, asaman. So ask Tosis, why is it awesome? Why is it awesome? You can take the animal over there, and that's a normal thing to bring an animal from one block to the other block. So therefore, that's the kasha Rabbeinu Tam. So Rabbeinu Tam answers that the reason why it's awesome it's only because it is betray over the rahara. You are talking. David the Gemara says that if a goy liket asuvim usel b'haimes Yisrael, it's only betray over the rahara. It's the other side of the river, so you cannot take the animal over there, because you cannot take over the animal over there. So therefore, they're usur. But if it is on that side, which a person is, with the animal is there, and you can take the animal over there, it's taka mutter amizol bringen it's no problem. You can eat. You can have the hand anoah for Maaseh Shabbos. Such a thing. So Rabbeinu Tam goes to the shituse again. His shita is, whenever a yid can do it beheter, if the goy did it for me, I am not going to aser it, because you could do the same thing. So therefore, he brought water. It's not awesome because I could go into the well and drink water. And when he brought asovam, if it is oisa tzad of the nor, it's not a problem. Lamasa Dari disagrees with Toisvus, with Rabbeinu Tam, and Dari says no, it's aser. Even if that you could go there, but and therefore it's aser. What's his raya? What's the raya? The raya is for an animal. He says, since we see an animal that you could get, it's also to eat, and he doesn't want to take make the tzir that, like Rabbeinu Tam says, the tray over the hara. He said pashtas. The Mishnah steht nicht tray over the hara. So since the Mishnah doesn't say anything, the Mishnah, the Gemara says, speaks also when it's not the same side. This nicht nur as heter, as because the goy the yid can do it beheter is a smitter. So therefore is that's the machlokes Rabbeinu Tam and Dari. Lamasa lalucha, we paskin like Dari, and it's osir. That means if a goy brought in water from Rosh Hayuchid to Rosh Hashanah, or from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hayuchid, it's going to be osir to have a noah, and we accept Rabbeinu Tam only in the tzorich gudel. Tzorich gudel, we are going to rely on Rabbeinu Tam, and also the Gabba Mati Shabbos. Like Gabba Mati Shabbos to waiting with Yasi. That much we are not going to go. We're not going to go there far that basically even Mati Shabbos should be osir, but in Shabbos himself, we're going to pass in like Dari, Nishvir Rabbeinu Tam, and we're going to aser. But even what?
It's a whole challenge to everything you said before. That you talked about going washing our dishes and bringing stuff up the steps and bringing up the.
No. It's not a challenge, because over there he makes it for himself. When going to wash the dishes, he puts on the hot water. He could wash it cold. And he, for his comfortability, he wants to make it hot water. So he makes it not for me, he makes it for himself. So anytime when he does it for himself, then it's not an issue. But when he doesn't do it for himself, he does it for me.
So he's bringing up my food from the basement to the third floor, and he's using the elevator.
He's using for himself.
To bring it to me.
I understand, but he can bring it by the steps. And he wants to be comfortable for himself, so he brings it for, so he does it only for himself. Instead of he's schlepping 3 flights, he's taking the elevator. So that's not a problem. But over here we are talking about when the goy brought it for the Yisrael, for the Bahamas Yisrael. That's the problem.
There was no other way.
Yeah. Dorten hat Rabreire. He could go up the steps. He could wash the dishes cold water. He doesn't want to do it for himself. Or for instance, you tell him to go down in the basement and bring up a bottle of wine. Yeah? Yeah, or bringing up something from the basement. Now it's dark. He's going to open the light. He'd open the light for himself. You know,
so you could go into the well to get the water, but the there's no way for the guy to get into the yid without doing a malacha.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So again, we pass again as the Riech is Betzoirich Gudel and Matzah Shabbos. But we have to remember, even the Rabbeinu Tam doesn't allow to do it like Gitchile Sefer Goy should bring. Let's make it clear. Even the Rabbeinu Tam only says in someone cancer, we didn't punish the Yid that he couldn't have Nehanu in the Matzah Shabbos because he could do it himself. But Avad, you cannot tell him to do it. It's not like the Ravia, which the Ravia wants to go a step further and says you could tell it for the Goy too. Even such a case, but since I can do it better, then even when the Goy does it for me, this is for sure we don't pass it. We pass it on the Rabbeinu Tam, but Tzorich Gudel, only if you did it as we don't cancel. Other than that, we're going to cancel also like the Ri. But all these things is only when the Goy brought it from a Shisarab Mamash, Shisarab Daraisa. So then he made the Malacha Daraisa, and then is showing a Goy gemacht der Shisarab Malacha Daraisa, then we cancel it. When it comes from a Carmelas, then the Goy only did a Shviz. When he did only a Shvus, he had a only also Midrabonon. And the Goy is also Midrabonon. So it's, so to speak, two Shvizim. So if it's the Tzorich Shabbos or the Tzorich Mitzvah, we're going to allow. Because we have a klal, as we mentioned previous year, that Shvus, the Tzorich Mitzvah, Tzorich Shabbos is Mitter. For instance, example, if a person realizes, whoops, I don't have Shabbos, I don't have wine. I don't have wine for Shabbos, I don't have wine for Kiddush. So he wants to ask the Goy, should bring me a bottle of wine from his friend. Since Machen Kiddush is a Tzorich Mitzvah, Kiddush Aliyah is a Tzorich Mitzvah, he can do it, because if it's a Karmelas, if it's a Karmelas, because it's a Tzorich Mitzvah. Kemivim has to be a closed bottle, has to be Yaim Mavushel, just, or the Yisrael himself goes with him, then there's not a problem. But HaKapurim Mitzat Hilchah Shabbos, since it's the Tzorich Mitzvah, it is permitted that he should bring it. Or other Mechula Shabbos, which is important. Mechula Shabbos, a person forgot his fish by his shviger. Yeah, his shviger sends him every week. Shviger or his mother sends the fish. Yeah, in the Chassidish world is very popular after the Chasana. You know, you get for the next 5 years, you get fish. The mother cooks for you. Nope, Shabbos, fish. Yeah, so then such a case, make mazuk for the Goy, you should bring over the fish and bring it to my house. Vals favor, was a Karmelas, and se is a Goy, Shviz the Tzorich Mitzvah, Megman. All these things which is Mizan Tzorich Mitzvah, Chulan, Dugim, has to be something also important. Now, if we got a dip, it depends, actually maybe what the children is good and maybe it's more important than the fish. But I'm talking about what's my Chizug the Alter Rebbe brings down the Mungavruam. Alter Rebbe Shin Chofai brings down the Mungavruam. Because the Mungavruam says you're allowed to bring beer in Shabbos. And over there, the Alter Rebbe said, Bisbanayhem is beer gewesen the Coca-Cola, so to speak. You know, you couldn't be Shabbos without beer. Today, can't bring a beer. But Kapunam, it's a kind of genre without that. So the Alter Rebbe, it heißt Tzorich Gudel, a Goy could bring you over beer in Shabbos because that's the mashke where it was. So it has to be something which is Tzorich Gudel. That means, what I mean Tzorich Gudel? It has to be Machula Shabbos, which is important. Again, a cholent, fish, a thing which is a part of Seder Shabbos. In such a case, you can tell the Goy should bring it over, or Tzorich Mitzvah. Tzorich Mitzvah is also. Person went for Shabbos, went for Shabbos, for instance, in a hotel. Yeah, and they brought Sedirim, Chamushim, and they left it outside or they left it in a car. So you can tell the Goy, you should go out, bring it in from a Karmelas into the hotel, or for taking out from the car also and bringing it in, because that's a Shviz, a Tzorich Mitzvah. Or for instance, over here, we cannot open the door, and the key, somebody took away the key from the shield. You don't know how to open the door. So you have to go bring it from the Mendel's house. So you have to go, you should bring it. Again, what the Eiref do. But the boyfriend says, you can have the Goy, should bring it. Anything which is important thing, and you can sell for a Goy. Now, if a person, let's say, the Chlorim Zugen, you could say, you don't have the fish, go over to your mother, bring over your family to your mother. Do something you don't tell for a person, go put yourself on somebody else. This heißt that Tzorich, he doesn't have fish, he doesn't have chola, doesn't have chalas. You can do it. So again, Tzorich Mitzvah, Tzorich Shabbos. Is it what? It's interesting to note a story which I remember when I was a bocher. Papa Rav Zechamucha was still alive, the Vayan Yosef, and there was a person who made a kiddush for his son, was a chassan, and they brought over alles thing, but the cake they forgot to bring over. They bring over a cake. So Papa Rav said, no problem. Tell a guy should bring over the cake. Because that's so, das heißt, Schwiz Zeurich Gudel. Das heißt, Schwiz thing a goy in a Carmelas, and for a goy, it's Zeurich Gudel, because cake, a kiddush without cake, is in Shach Kiddush. Now, if, for instance, if you forgot to bring, spicy crackers, pinklich or deluxe, and you have other things, okay. But Kiddush without cake is nicht kan dos. And you can't you the oil should go home to his house to eat machen Kiddush. So my lot to do to make it, there's no problem. Because it's nicht kan issue, can es rüberbringen.
Practice the refrigerator with the light off.
Okay.
Light on the refrigerator, you gotta turn off the light.
Oh, we spoke already this. It's first of all to open the refrigerator is poshet. Amazon. Well, that's not an issue because you tell him to do overheater, and it's a psikreish is going to open a light. Anytime when the guy does a pillar and it goes to come out of malacha, but that's not his kavanah, it's not a problem. So, but now, putting it out is also not a drabun. But that's not screwing it out. Screwing it maybe a little bit. You cannot screw out the bulb, but that goes into a shalaf and a daraisa. Nish a shalaf, no, the alter Rebbe zeh is a daraisa. What? Put it a shalaf, what you can also do. Yeah, because also not a drabunans. But you cannot tell. Sometimes people say for the guy to turn out the bulb, take out the bulb. This is the Alter Rebbe had machlal zayir machman. He said, "Mama Ramizgir, we're going to come hopefully down the road to that halacha." Alter Rebbe zayir machmer of anything which screwed in its stays for a while, and therefore the Alter Rebbe cheshashani madaraisa, cheshashani madaraisa. Where does it come? It comes. You have salt shakers. Salt shakers, which in the restaurants and shuls, which is turned on and you put in salt, and for the next 6 months it's there. When it gets empty, opening is up and refilling it. A shalaf and a daraisa cooked the Alter Rebbe. So machlokes achronim. What? Yeah, this has tki bechoizik. As afal was gemacht. Tki bechoizik. So turning it out the bulb or turning it in a bulb, this is a shalaf and a daraisa. But I'm talking it just to open or to make it Shabbos mode. Is nicht kein Problem. What?
Why is that here replacing?
Jede Sache, was ist stark herangedreht.
Stark. Ist reingedreht?
Das meint Ki, das meint es. Ki bechoisig meint, jede Sache, als Screw, jedes Screw, was ist herangedreht.
Als Screw, es geht rein in Holz, ist stark?
Nein, als Screw, es geht rein nach Gläser. Ja, heißt Ki bechoisig?
Ja.
Nein, das sagt du auch. Jede Sache, was ist zusammengedreht. Ist sie gewonnen, als eine Sache, heißt Ki bechoisig. Du nicht das Sigia. Wir sind zum Rumkommen zu der Sigia. Es ist ich meine, vielleicht du nicht, vielleicht du nicht,
Yeah, but he's not speaking about a bulb.
Nein, redt jede Sache, was ist gescrollt, Türkei. Jede Sache, was ist Türkei. Redt auch für Sachen, was ist Türkei.
Interesting.
Ja.
Because a salt shaker, I mean, that's the way you play.
No, it's not about a daily. Es ist eine Sache, was sie gemacht worden für 6. Nein, das heißt der Türkei. Das heißt Türkei. Nochmal, when you have a candelabra, which you have to, the top comes off on the bottom, ja. Es ist auch gemacht, darauf zu nehmen Gseider. Auch gemacht, darauf zu nehmen Gseider. Wenn ein Mensch stellt das zusammen, ja, was ist es an damals? Was ist das zu sagen damals? Das heißt, ich kann, wo ist der Holz anders wie immer das?
Yeah, I don't want to take a...
Okay, so it's an extra Sigia.
Salt shaker you can't do.
A salt shaker which is made, you can do it. You can do it, refill it and open it in the Shabbos. Exactly.
It's not the sugi, but it's there.
It's not the Sigia, it's an extra Sigia, which is a ganz,
It's okay, I still need to know it. Right
we're gonna get to that. It's a ganz Sigia. It's a machloikes, it's a machloikes achroinam. Mir liegt im Kopf, als der Mishbir ist, ja, Michael. Ich meine, hat andere Klurem. Binyan, ja. Auf Binyan mit Kli, ja. Als Binyan, ja. Kiebe Chosik ist die Binyan. Aber Akapunam, just to finish the Nikida, is anything when it's a Shvuz, and a person doesn't have seen the Shabbos, yeah, and you could have a guy bringing over to your house, Shabbos is a Shvuz, is this the Zoyrich Mitzvah. Ob ich is der Reise, habe ich gehört von dem. If a person, let's say, is in a place which he doesn't have seen the Shabbos, yeah, a guy cannot make a Melcha der Reise to bring him. This is Shanazana Isa. I can see the Shabbos. Okay, hat nicht gesehen die Shabbos, weißt du, das ist nicht gegessen, it's a matter of, now we have the famous Balle Iter, we sind some schon rim geschmiest, als halt das viele Meluche der Reise, make man auch in Zurich Shabbos, but we don't go with it. Alter Rebbe sucht viele Zurich Gudel, viele beschassen Chak, we pass like the shlu that you cannot rely on it. So I remember when I was a young man in Koilel, I was living in Israel, and I used to go a lot to the Psiyanke Fisher. I used to sit a lot by him, sitzen. And it was Shabbos after Shabbos, and somebody came over to him and asked him a shaila that a guy got locked into a toilet, into a bathroom, and if you're allowed to call her Arab, a goy to open up, to dismantle the key, he cannot. He says, "Chaz v'sholom, I'm punished. You should rise. A goy I'm punished." So that guy tells him, but he doesn't have to. I cannot daven. He cannot daven in toilet. He has to go down. Soll nicht davenen. He shouldn't daven. So say he doesn't have to see the Shabbos. He shouldn't need to see the Shabbos. That's not a... So Yankim, the große Michael. Man kann es matter sein, ob es der Reis ist because of see the Shabbos oder because of this. Soll nicht essen, soll nicht davenen. That was... I was still a young man, and I was shocked. Wow, come on. Das heißt ja, nicht davenen, nicht see the Shabbos. Goy kann Shabbos? So liftnai was gekent a look a bissel. So by kinder, by child, by kai sucht man ja, dann muss es etwas anderes. Weil ein Kind bleiben an das ist das Kuna. Aber ein Adult, Al Capone's.
What's the end of the story?
What he did, I have no idea. I have only story what he passed. Al Capone, so that's by the Reise. The what? If they have their smartphone with them, then you're there. If it's for your
solitary confinement, they don't have smartphone.
Okay. But another thing, so the rice is the osir, and the rabbanon is a mitter. But I want to make one thing clear: the Achronim like Dugish, even when you say for a goy to bring the cake for the kiddush or bring the fish for the Shabbos, which you could do because it's a carmelis. After pecan, you should not give it over in the hands of the goy. Don't give it in his hands. He should take it over. That's already. He should take it for himself and take it over. So the what? There's the akira of the tzur. So therefore, going to give it. He should take it for himself. As he comes to the goy is gemacht. But again, it's not very akapunam. It's not very practical because we although afila einet sich veln dingen, der how the Alter Rebbe paskens legaber shisarabim. And he wants to say that Alter Rebbe halt that you don't need shishim reba, but akapunam, which is a big again pashas Alter Rebbe is mashma. You need shishim reba like shitas rasha. But achyon shalangen and they nikida. But the Achronim say that even the people who want to say nish wie sie askumas haremu mit dem Mugavru mit Alter Rebbe as bisman ze einun shisarabim. Afile wenn yom machmazan auf so viel we will rely on the poiskim which say shitas rasha that bisman einun shisarabim. So therefore in such a case we will be Michael that it's not considered shisarabim, so it's a karmas or a man kemishal goyochet. So again, it's not maybe in Manhattan it's irrelevant nowadays because over there you have 6 shishim riba. But if it's in other places, even if you are going to be machmar, it's heiss shisram, but we could rely on the other poiskim that it is only a karmelas, like gaba de nikida, like gaba mir laakim, as steht in the friedige groine. As like gaba mir laakim, verlobt man sich as in zamerische karmelas, bei meine ist schon wieder schwuz, bei meine tazan mitter.
You go the other thing, like the salt shake.
The what?
Like if it has to like open the salt shake, whatever. If there's a
Lechoire ja, weil wir bald haben geluk gesagt, whenever sie da geluk sind, haben schon geredet eine von der Shirim, whenever sie haben geluk gesagt groinen auf so viel gedenkt haben gedacht mit der erste Shir. Whenever sie haben geluk gesagt Paskum, wenn man es uneinmal als Memezung für Goy zu machen. Ja. But again, it's auch nicht relevant, weil this is nur usually these things takes, pinkt sich ausgenutzt, weiß mein. Okay, now I want to go another very important halacha, which is Nagayan in the Sigya, but it is Chofes an practical by Insdu, but it's a very practical. Every year, habe ich mich schon umgeschlungen in this problem. A person ziehwald to do traffic, there's accidents, Erev Shabbos, or because people don't know that you don't leave, you have to leave almost a double amount, or at least a good hour and a half extra when you drive. So a person drives from Monsey to Crown Heights, from Kings to Crown Heights. In Bombs, there's an accident on the 80, and he's stuck in traffic, and it comes, the clock is ticking. What do you do? What do you do? So almost Shabbos was Titman. Now from Williamsburg to from Crown Heights to Monsey, the Monsey to Crown Heights, is Baruch Hashem, there is Washington Heights, and there's a Zucken Verugel every winter. They know already they're going to have almost every other Shabbos they have customers because it macht sich alles excited, problems, traffic, or again accidents, or people went out late. So Washington Heights, a guy told me that they have constantly guests Strammel back at Eden over there because, you know. So what do you need to do? What is the solution? Over here we don't have this issue. If we go from here to Crown Heights, you get stuck in the middle of the 80, you're in bad trouble. Because, now again, if you have a Yiddish community, you go to Mishima, what are you doing it? Now again, once you are getting, when it comes to Shkia, let's make it clear, you cannot drive anymore. There's no such a thing. Once it comes to Shkia, it starts by Neshmoshes, and you cannot drive it. Sufik Dreise, Sufik Lailu, Sufik Yom, Sufik not Dreise. You cannot make a Malacha Dreise because you are on the way. You have to stop. We'll get to the Tesla in the end. So therefore, you have to stop. Now, you have stop, you go out in the gasoline station, you have a few dollar cash in your pocket, and you tell them for a credit card, could you drive me? I need to go to my destination. Could you drive me? And the guy says, no problem, for the right price, I'm going to do it. How long could the guy drive? How long could the guy drive? Now, once it comes Tzesik Chuvim, is too much evidence. Because it's a Issa Deraisa, Malucha Deraisa, driving a car is a Malucha Deraisa. Malucha Deraisa in Shabbos is Usa. Well, even the goy is driving. So even the goy cannot drive in Tzasik Chum. So let's make it clear. Again, according to the Alter Rebbe says that even Tzorich Gudel, we are not going to rely on the Shittas Habala Iter. According to the other poskim, which we're going to say that basically that B'mukim Tzorich Gudel, with the Ramuzuk, Pashas Ramuzuk, B'mukim Tzorich Gudel, you could rely on the Bala Iter. So then the goy could drive out. But according to we paskin the Alter Rebbe passes like the Shlu, even Tzorich Gudel, we cannot rely on it. So it comes Tzesek Chuvim, the goy has to stop. So, but it's by Neshmoshes, he could drive, because we know Amir al-Anakim, but by Neshmoshes is Mitter. Amir al-Akim is the Nor Drabun. So even Amir al-Akim Adaraisa, hat man Michael given by Neshmoshes. So as long as by Neshmoshes, the goy could drive you. Now, if you are a chosed which holds the Rabbi Tam, lekila lechimra, that means 100%. You know, which there's a lot of people like that. So they could drive till 72 because they hold the Rabbi Tam till 72. So till 72 the goy could drive. And according to them, they could drive till 58 and a half minutes. Or dus we closing jetzt. Still 58 and a half minutes. No, but let me add on to this. My brother wrote on this subject years ago in Aris Rule, and he says that he could rely even till 58 and a half minutes, and there was a big pushback against him, even because of Rabbi Tam. Because we have to remember, again, we're going to regress a minute. We have to remember that it's not a clay court. I'll second them like Duma. We hold according to the Goyim. Yeah, they go according to Rabbi Tam. So, but Pashtos, if you don't learn the whole Sigya inside out, which is B'chal Azarik Shmak Sigya, but if you don't learn inside, so you say Rabbi Tam, Goyim, after 30 and a half minutes. After 30 and a half minutes is basically the Benesh Moshes. Yeah? After it's Tzasik Chuvim. So basically, lo de Goyim is noch 13,5 minutes is Lailo. Because the 3/4 and 3 shloish reva mil is Benesh Moshes. Also is the Gemara. 3/4 of a mil is Benesh Moshes. Now if Benesh Moshes, if a mil is 80 minutes, it's 30 and a half minutes. You want to say 24 minutes, according to the Alter Rebbe in Chespaisach, 24 minutes, fine. So you can have Banish Mushes another few minutes. Fine. So it comes 30 and a half minutes, then it's a line. So according to 24, it will be, before the 80. After 80 minutes, line. Anybody for us is going to make a maloch. Any of our candles, macht man a maloch after 80 minutes? Nobody makes a menucha. Matzah Shabbos 80 minutes? Why not? The Alter Rebbe passing with the goyim. As a chish mak chish derbayin tam. So why aren't we Michael? And I go further. According to the Derbayin tam, yeah, even according to the Derbayin tam, nobody is going to make a malacha till 58.5 minutes. No, there's no such thing in the whole Chassidische world which holds Derbayin tam that they're going to make a malacha till 58.5 minutes. Why? Because the Michas Kohen has a whole explanation, whole riches in the Sigya, and it goes that we are going according to the Ofik. Now, I finish in the ganzen the Sigya is a shine and I think it was maybe we'll have to deal with them one day. But we're going to the Ofik. It means according to where we are on the globe. Ofik means according to where we are. So the Goinam spoke in Etzisruel, so therefore it's 30.5 minutes. Which tak in Etzisruel, 20 minutes after this man is dark, pitch dark. So but we depends where we are. Either I'm going to go what? It's totally the season. If it's Tishrei Nissen, and also in the Ofik where you are. So Lamaisik the Alter Rebbe, we pass the Takir Goinim, but we're going to pass the Goinim according to the Ofik. According to where we are, some other calculations. The same will also go to the people who hold the Bani Tam, go also according to the Ofik. So nobody's going to make till 72 minutes, till 58.5 minutes. Nobody. At least what I know. Kazan is Duv is a guy in I don't think there's any person in the whole world which, if the baby was born Shabbos 52 minutes after the Shkia, that they're going to make the bris on Friday, or the opposite. If it was born Shabbos afternoon 55 minutes after the Shkia, they're going to make Shabbos a bris. I don't think there's such a thing, because also they're going to do the Goren Graphic. So again, what is the Zman? So according to us, we have two Zmanim basically as we look in the Liach. There's a Zman for the Rabbonas and a Zman for the Reises. Zman for the Rabbonan is Bepashtas. Bepashtas kimt aus after 25 minutes after the Shkia is according to the Rabbonan. You want to be able to frame is 30. Wenn sich schon dus ist noch machloek zwischen unsere Rabbonan. But Rabbonan, I would say 25 minutes, and this is how the Rebbe used to daven after a tainus. The Rebbe should Michael about 25 minutes after the tainus in order the Rabbonan, 25 minutes after this man, or the Rebbe should Michael given was a daven ma'ariv. What? Doesn't matter which season. No, it doesn't matter. That means the Gabad Rabunans, but 20 minutes.
25 minutes is fixed, but you say we go by.
Emes, weil du ist schon reingerechnet beide. Du ist schon reingerechnet beide. When it comes to Shabbos, no, we're not going to 25 minutes. We are not going even 35 minutes. We are going Rabbi Yoina Shitta, which usually it's 42 minutes after Shkia, usually. But again, it travels. It travels. Depends summer, winter. Now this week is almost an hour after the Zman Matzah Shabbos. Always come on. It is if the Zman Matzah Shabbos was 20, usually it's going to be 20-21. Now, but when it's going to come to summer, you're going to have sometimes 50, 52 minutes. Even it depends. You look at the Lich. It's the Shitzer B'nai Yoina, which
that's after the Shkia. That's after
the what?
After the
What?
Lichtzin. An hour,
when we say an hour is after Lichtzin.
After Lichtzin.
Yeah. Which comes 42 minutes. 18 and 42. That's an hour after. That's exactly 42 minutes. But when it comes to summer, it could go. It goes 50. Even 51, 52 even. Depends. Again, you have to look at the Luich. We don't have, but it used to be once, I remember, the Ezra's Torah, in all the shields where I grew up, there was an Ezra's Torah. Nobody looked at it because, nobody went to the Sachas Reburim had different Zmanim. But that's the Rav Henkin made, which our Zmanim is Rav Henkin's Zmanim, if you know. Why we going according to this? This is Henkin and Rav Henkin. So over there he has one line, it's Shitzes B'nai Yoina. This is how the Zmanim go in America, it doesn't go for... So Al Capone, so I would say in such a case that till 25 minutes, Chabasuf till 20, maybe even 30, but Al Capone later in the 30 for sure not. Zwischen 25 and 30 bin ich mislabat, Al Capone, but 25 minutes after the Shkia, if you could have the Goy should come to the destination, till 25 minutes you have the Goy could drive for you. The Goy could drive for you till 25 minutes after the Shkia. That means by the Shkia have to stop, the Goy should take over, and he can drive till 25 minutes. Noch 5 minutes, after kemen rarik, but again, that's I'm not so certain. But I can put up, if I so feel, but afterwards you can't. Afterwards you will say it's Shabbos. Yo, you had such a thing, huh?
People were told they could keep driving.
The what?
People were coming on buses and they were told they could stay on the buses and all these things.
Oh, but that's let's go a step further. That's you had children on it,
Yeah.
and the Gdus of Gewalt came in the next sibba.
The story of the bus they're not drivers for you. It's a public bus.
No, it was a public bus, or was it? He has a point. Public bus.
Driving for you.
Oh, they're not driving for you.
No, they were driving actually.
Yeah, but it's a bus which you rented it.
No.
A Greyhound.
People actually driving in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah.
And they just, I think someone said to
Somebody said
That what?
driving.
they just
So you got to your destination.
they got this Muncie who's
Wat
driving?
met hoe ze recht?
Who's driving? And they asked somebody said since it's the children, there's little children.
Aber hier soll man Chal Shabbos an Chol Shaim Baskuna. Ich mein, the same will go. That's always when it's adults. Adults. Then when it comes 25 minutes after the Shkia, you say to the guy bye bye, and you check into a hotel or whatever you do. You're going to a Yiddish house in Akin. If you have children, that's something else, because we know a child is considered Chol Shaim Baskuna. This we spoke already. This a child is Chol Shaim Baskuna. Whenever you have a child which is in such a matzav, Chol Shaim Baskuna, a goy could do a malacha. And that will be also, not only, you don't need to have it when it comes to your stock. This is every Erev Shabbos. You have a child, fell down, you open his head, or Chaz V'Shulam, or something, you feel something, there's a problem. We have it every Shabbos. We have it a lot. You call me Erev Shabbos 5 minutes, what do? I have to go with my child in the hospital. Could I come back? The answer is yes. You tell for the goy, the nurse, she should call an Uber, and you could come back, because whenever it comes to a child is Chol Shaim Baskuna, a malucha, a goy make a malucha deraisa. A goy make a malucha deraisa, Chol Shaim Baskuna. So yes, if somebody goes in Erev Shabbos into the hospital for a checkup or whatever it should be, and they discharge him in the middle of Shabbos, he could come back without any hesitation with a goy. Go with a goy. But that's a child. When it comes to adults, that's something else. You stay in the hospital. Wait it out.
And the adult can come back.
Once the child comes back, the other could come back. Yes. Yes.
The guy refuses to stop the car for you.
The what?
The guy refuses to stop for you. Can you say, okay, just continue, or?
You don't have to say. He doesn't refuse in any case. If he's refused, what can you do? You don't have to take out a shotgun and shoot him.
He's continuing for himself. He doesn't want to stop over here.
Ken's on his heel, don't want to stop. Yeah, but there's the shot. Why not? He gets paid. He was paid. Huh? The same way he's going to get back when he comes to his destination with an Uber, he's going to take it from here. So it's not a...
Bringing the car on Shabbos, there's no problem.
Do what?
Bringing the car.
What do you mean bringing the car?
Being.
In the car. Oh, is a vaderliche Trille, haben wir nicht matig, wenn ein Mensch ist an einer Car, für adult, weil so wie du sagst. Macht eine Malucha. So therefore, being in the car could be a problem also of Ribe B'Shirim, more gas. It is interesting. I'm going to say something which, ich weiß nicht, ich darf man sagen in public, aber ich weiß, who the Moiru is, and one of the biggest Moirus today is and the biggest frame mensch in the West. His father was in the hospital. Now he couldn't come back. His father was in the hospital in the middle of Shabbos, he wanted to change. Mechanisch tauschen, switchen. This is a bisschen auf Kairos now, that switched the middle, if one child wants to comes only for the night, and shifts. In the middle of Shabbos, yeah. Sie geworden a Stück auf Kairos. Sie do a room, or es do a roof at Mater gewesen, because not full, the children will not want to go with being with the parents, but in Poskim is mashpas, nicht so pushed, but a eigene Mishpucha member, as it nicht wollen gehen, ich kann nicht an den Kinder. But he was with his parents, one of the biggest, and he was waiting, he was in Beit Yisrael Hospital. He was living in Williamsburg. And he was waiting the Tzula ambulance, and every Shabbos the Tzula ambulance comes, for something, for such a big community. The ambulance used to come. Whenever the ambulance used to come, he used to go back. Because a car, when there's another 150, 200 pounds, it uses more gas. But the ambulance is such a heavy vehicle, it doesn't make a difference another 200 pounds. So therefore, whenever that Tzula used to come with the ambulance, he will come back with the ambulance. To Williamsburg. He was coming to Williamsburg.
With the train also. Train doesn't take any more extra.
Emmas. Aber dort geht mich daran finden. Okay. Aber you have to understand, even if the ambulance comes and he goes back, you cannot tell him you should, I live on Radlich Street, please take me to Radlich. Wherever the guy stops, you cannot tell him, take me once, Aber ich suche es nur immer, weil ich weiß, the Matthias, and ich suche what you should do, and hopefully do in some of the solution, some of the ambulance do. It's all ambulance, so. Aber ich will rausbringen, den Kide, as being in the car itself, tricky with the guy is auch the issue. But again, I'll get back to you, but that's only till a few years ago. Now when we have Teslas, a lot of things changes because Tesla is schon nicht kein Reise. And now if you have a guy should drive with a Tesla, it's wieder aderbunen, schwiz de schwiz, letzorich Shabbos. So if you have a guy which has a Tesla, and he can take you in Shabbos, in Shabbos he can take you because it's aderbunen, schwiz de schwiz. You don't have to see the Shabbos, you don't have. Tesla is not burning. It's no sparks. There's no burning the gas. Complete electric. Yeah. Nine. Electric itself. We accept. We are going to call into the poiskim that it's not an Issa Deraisa. It's not like the Chazon Ish who holds every electric is Issa Deraisa, but the what? No, Reb Shlomo Zalman, which he's one of the biggest. You saw the Yisoidis that electric is not this. He has in Simates, he goes there on this question especially within the wire sparks. He takes everything apart. Lamasa Azoid is a Kabbalah as electric itself.
How do you think the electric fire starts?
What?
An electric fire.
Yeah.
Fire doesn't spark from water.
You have a stove at your house, not a gas stove.
So no, I'm sorry.
Forget the guy. You might have to do a malacha deraisa.
Why?
You're stuck on the highway.
You call with the phone. Phone is with the Adrabun. Call Konings of Adrabun. Telephones are
Is there a head to drive the car yourself? You have a baby in the car. There's no formula and this and that. So maybe now it's not a sakana, but the baby cannot be in the car.
Yeah, but you could have a goy should come and take it for the you could pay for him and the goy should make a malacha. Again, if you don't have a goy and you're stuck in the middle of in the desert and you have a baby in the car, there's no food. Avad is p'gich nefesh. There's no question about it. But we're not talking about such a case. We're talking about you can stop a goy and give him a few dollars and he's going to drive you.
If the guy doesn't want to stop you, are you allowed to threaten the guy for his life? Are you allowed to tell him I'm going to kill you if you don't stop the car?
So now you're going in Nishon Lech Shabbos. So they mean inshallah, let's leave for Hilchot when we come to Hilchot P'gich Nefesh, we'll come to that.
What about self-driving?
Yeah, you don't do anything. You're just sitting in the car. You're just sitting in the car. So now you can go in California, the taxis, the self-driving taxis. Okay.
So you can take a Tesla to go for Suda Shabbos?
No. Why? You say it home.
If it's a far drive, I don't know, if it's a far walk.
Was der Hetter? Bleiben nahe. Schwitz darf sein Zeurich. Heißt ich mit Zeurich Shabbos? What?
He didn't prepare us for the Shabbos.
So, and he could walk, so they're walking. Das ist nicht Zeurich. Das heißt nicht Zeurich. If he's in a place which... Now, one second. Now, if he's in a place which he doesn't have Siddur Shabbos, and he cannot walk, and he has somebody who can take with a Tesla, that's Schwitz Zeurich Mitzvah. That's exactly what we spoke. But just because I don't want to walk that far, so therefore that's not a in the kitchila noch machen auch for Shabbos. What's the question?
Is there an issue with Chumim?
Oh, du got me schon an extra kid of Chumim was there is an issue of Chumim. Aber nochmal, was gibt es Chumim is auch da Machlokes. Now if you're talking about Chumim of just Chim Shabbos, it's not a Rabbanon. So then it's not relevant in this Shala because you either Shviz the Shviz.
What do you mean? When Yid Beis Mil?
Oh, Yid Beis Mil, we have a Machlokes. We have a Dreise Drabunen. The Alte Rebbe zieht, als es a Drabunen noch hat, auf Yid Beis Mil. Und also kommt das Alte Rebbe. In Mamayli, ich bin Michael, Frauen, which want to go to hospitals. Zurückkommen von a hospital, man got a baby, want to discharge with a baby, even mehr wie Yid Beis Mil noch hat. Ob sie kommen mit a Goy, weil Sof ist es der Alte Rebbe zielt, dass es a Drabunen, es ist Schwiz de Schwiz, a Yoldus mit a Dus Zannenheim ist a Zeurich Gudel, noch mehr wie Zeurich Gudel, in Mamayli, there's not an issue. The Alter Rebbe is mashmas halt as a drabun. He's kicking in the what?
Didn't you say once that in the cities there's no real common?
Yeah, and a chanama. Over here, do have
We were
shit.
talking about like somebody stuck in the 80 going to one.
Hey, dort do tchimam, or in the mountains. The mountains do tchimam. I come on with Shabbos. Jeder weiß mir weiß nicht, aber ihr Shabbos. Aber in the city usually it is the prolific tchim. Auch should I push it because going from Williamsburg to from Muncie over the Washington Bridge or the Tapmans Bridge, dort geht mich no, this bridge is wie groß is the bridge?
Is there
See?
It was once in the
I think he measured it. Rabbi Weiss was here and he measured it.